So today I am getting started on something that I have been waiting for a very long time. I finally got to the point where I could do this. So this is what we're working on. Stay tuned. So yeah, today I am gonna get started on getting rid of these things. They have been great. I'm finally gonna get a roof over this thing. I've had a lot of people tell me that they can't believe I make the things that I make with no roof. Well, I'm about to have a roof. Ideally, I'd love to have a shop. I really would. But right now it's just not in the cards. And we've wanted a covered front deck for, well, ever since we moved into this house. And we've looked at it and we've just decided to put it off. So basically what this is going to do is it's going to replace these things, and it's going to allow me to work even more. These things have been great. They've allowed me to work like on days like today when it's really sunny and I don't have the sun beating down on me, because the front deck gets all sun all year long. And they've allowed me to do that, but they are a pain to put up and take down. And then I don't take them down every day. I do have to take them down when there's high wind expected, or rain or snow or anything like that, because they're not designed for that. They can withstand a little bit of wind, but not a lot. And doing this roof is going to allow me to work a whole lot more. I can put up my tarps and still work when it's raining or snowing. Now, if it gets a little too windy, I still won't be able to work, but that's that. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to this. And the materials are supposed to be here 2 days from now. So the very first thing I need to do is I need to get these taken completely down for the last time. And the materials get here and I'll get started putting up the roof. So let's get to it. Back and forth on whether or not to actually show the build video, but I decided not to film it and not to put it out because of a couple of things. One, everybody lives in different parts of the country, different parts of the world, so building codes and building regulations are going to be different for you than they are for me. And so I decided just to show you what I did and walk through how we did it. And yeah, instead of doing the whole build video, just give you the highlights basically. So one thing I did, I didn't really want it attached to the house because I just didn't want to attach to the house. But I also was worried about movement of it, if it moving this way out in the wind and whatnot. So what I did was I ran a couple of brace blocks and attached them to the house, and then attached the frame for the roof to them. That way it's not attached directly to the house, and it can be moved easily if need be, so forth and so on. So I've got one there, one over there, and one right there. And that's how I did that part. And that mixed with one other thing that I'm going to show you right now actually keeps it extremely stable. So the other thing that I did was I've got these L brackets, and I need to put a screw in here, but that's beside the point. I originally thought these were just going to be temporary, but then because I didn't know if I was going to be able to figure out how to work my tarps around them, because even with the roof, I still have to cover everything with tarps to help keep it protected. Because when I'm not out here working, it's, you know, it can still rain in because it's not, I don't have walls closing it in. So I put these L brackets on it, and between that and the braces on the house, it's very stable and works tremendously well. So the base posts, I choose 4x4 posts, and I anchored them to the side nearest the house with those. And these are basically, they're concrete anchors is what they are. But you can run a bolt through them and attach it to wood, and it works just as well. So on this side, I attach it to the house, and it raises this side up about 1 inch. And that's part of what gave me my low slope. And on the other side, I attached it using just standard 4x4 post braces. And that dropped this side down 1 inch, and it allowed me to get the low slope that I have. So one of the first things you might notice about it is that it appears to be flat. And technically it is still considered a flat roof, but it's actually a low slope. It is such a low slope that it appears flat, even though it's actually not. And yeah, it allows the water to drain off away from the house, but I couldn't go any higher with it really, and put a larger pitch on it. I would have loved to, but I was not able to do that for various reasons. And so this is what I came up with, and it's rained on it a couple of times since I put it in before I shot this, and it works very well. The water runs off of it. I don't have to worry about it leaking or anything like that. And we just used an asphalt roll roofing, self-adhesive roll roofing on the top of it, and yeah, no issues so far. And the frame is just 2x6s, and they work just fine. I use the joist hangers to hang them, and I put these little cross pieces in just to kind of help with bracing a little bit. I'll probably go through and put solid ones in versus these staggered pieces like that. But yeah, that's pretty much it. One problem that I've had since I've done this was light, especially on days like today where it's supposed to rain. It gets a little dark under here. I'm not used to that. So I've got the one light that I've had for years hanging up over there, and I've got some more on the way. They should be delivered here this Wednesday, and I'll get them out here. And this is going to allow me to work when it's raining, when it's snowing, when it's cold, when it's hot, because I can keep the heat and the cool in, whereas before I haven't been able to. And yeah, I'm extremely happy about this. So one of the issues that I had was we have this awning coming out our front door. And or an awning, eave, overhang, whatever you want to call it. And I needed the roof to go back further than it. So I contemplated, what I originally thought about was running the back ledger this way and running it over to here somewhere and then coming out here with it. But when I got out here and started actually building it, I was thinking to myself, no, that's not going to work. And it'll work, but it's not going to work the way I want it to. So instead, I just went around the eave like that. And yeah, it works just fine. Now, one issue I do have is because when it does rain or hail or whatever, the water, the rain or the hail will hit this and then bounce that way. It bounces into my stuff. So I'm going to put a board here, probably just another piece of OSB that I have scrap laying around from the roof deck, and that'll prevent that from happening, because I do have this little gutter here that comes down and drains, and it's all good. So yeah, I mean, I'm extremely happy, and I think Kat's more excited about it than I am. But yeah, we've always wanted the front deck to be a covered porch anyway. And sorry, I'm adjusting the camera. And this is one step towards it. And this will allow me to work, like I said, you know, when it snows, when it rains. The only thing I can't do that I've found so far is when it's extremely windy. I'm still not able to work. A little bit of wind is okay, but some of the Chinook winds that we get here doesn't work too well. I've actually got to replace one of my tarps already because we had a windstorm come through and I couldn't catch it in time, and it tore the tarp. And so yeah, that's the only thing I can't do. But now I can work when it's colder, when it's warmer, hotter, when it's raining, when it's snowing. It's not going to stop me now. And whereas before it would, because the canopies that I had before, the rain would just, they weren't waterproof. Which this isn't waterproof either, but it's close enough. Yeah, so I mean, I'm extremely happy about it, and it's been a long time coming. And yeah, so yeah, I've got some other videos coming up. I've got a lot of things planned, and yeah. I'm just kidding, sorry. Anyway, until next time, guys, happy creating.